Hey everyone, today we have something really exciting to talk about because we're talking about magic, and specifically we're talking about energy alchemy and how we can use this mysterious art of energy alchemy to transform and heal our emotions and fuel our manifestations. Hello everyone, my name is Zacharias, and this is Thank You Universe. And as I said, today we're going to be talking about alchemy, specifically energy alchemy. And this is a word that has been around for a long time in occult circles, and esoteric teachings have talked a lot about alchemy, and everyone wants to know, how do you turn that lead into gold? Well, that is an excellent metaphor for what energy alchemy is, because we're not actually physically transforming lead into gold here, and maybe some really expert occult wizards are out there rolling their eyes at me because they're like, no, this lead into gold alchemy is the real alchemy and you just don't have the secret magic. Well, cool. Comment in the video and tell me how to turn the lead into gold. But we're talking about energy alchemy and transforming our feelings and our energy. So everything in the universe is energy. Our feelings and emotions, they are energy. Everything that we see, everything that we feel, everything that we think, it is all energy. And so sometimes we have negative feelings that don't feel good, and then we don't feel good, and then that results in a manifestation of a life that reflects back to us negative experiences that don't feel good. Because remember, you will attract and manifest the experiences that you are in the vibration of. So if you're not feeling good, you're going to continue to draw low vibrational experiences to you, and that's why we want to learn how to do energy alchemy. And this is something that I've been using a lot lately, and I found it incredibly useful, and it just feels so good. And every time I'm feeling a little worried or a little negative, I just feel awesome again, because I remind myself that this transmutation of feeling is possible, and I can turn negative feelings into positive feelings, and just it culminates and the energy keeps on rising and it gets better and better. So this is how this works, and alchemy is actually very natural. It is natural, whatever that means. It is inherent to this universe, because this universe is one of change. Everything started out with the one cause, the one thing that created everything, whatever you want to call that, source, divine energy, God, and that transformed over and over, and it became more diverse, and it turned into different things. And so the universe is itself an act of alchemy, an act of transformation. It's just energy flowing from one state into another. So don't think of this as some incredibly difficult magic that you're gonna have to have a hard time with and struggle to pull off. This is very natural. Just go with the flow and let it be easy, because this is the state of the universe, is alchemy and change. So we have divine source energy, and then we have our physical world, and everything exists energetically before it exists in our physical reality, because we're here in a dense vibration, and everything that is heavy material matter, it is a different vibration than perhaps the creative light that the divine oneness, that source energy created us. But in between the physical plane and the metaphysical plane is another spiritual plane, that is the ether. That is something that is referred to in many esoteric teachings, and something that modern quantum physics is starting to understand. So they're catching up to the ancient teachings that have been around forever, so now we can believe it because science says so. But basically, it is potentiality. So Source creates an infinite number of potentialities, and all these potentialities exist in the ether, in energetic form. And this is how things change and slowly materialize from existing in an energetic form into a material form. And so our thoughts and intentions affect the aether, and it affects what manifests into our reality. And because we know this, we know that we are very powerful. We are creators. So we all have what is called Kia, or our life force energy, and that is the part of us that is connected to the divine, because we are all different aspects of the universe, and we have every aspect of the universe within us. We're just a smaller segmentation of that. And getting in touch with your connection to the divine is how you do magic, because in the Gnostic tradition, in many esoteric magical teachings and traditions, we know that the best way to do magic is to get into that point of single-minded focus where you are connected with the universe, and you know that you are the universe, and thus you can create all change because it is all you. So it's pretty cool. And because we are all connected to the divine, because we're connected to ourselves really, because we are the universe, we are all capable of magic when we learn to recognize it and do away with the illusion that we're living in this physical, concrete reality. And so we use our abilities to create change. And any kind of energy healing that is done, like Reiki or the laying on of hands or prayer or anything like that, that is alchemy. It is changing one thing into another. And we all have that ability as conscious co-creators of this universe. And that is exactly what we do with our emotions and our energy. So we want to be in a high vibrational place to make our manifestations come into fruition, because we want good things to happen to us, right? Or we intend and desire to have those positive experiences. And when you're in a negative mindset, it causes negative things to be reflected back to you. So if you're having negative feelings or worrying feelings, like if you've ever been really, really focused on something and worried about it and you don't want it to happen and then it happens, that's because you're putting that energy, it's negative energy, but it's energy, into that thought, and you are creating it, and that is affecting the ether of potentialities, and it is manifesting in physical form. So what do? We switch, we shift the energy. All of these emotions exist on a spectrum, a scale. It is like the Hermetic principle of polarity. These things that we think of as opposite are really the same thing. They're differing in degree. So love and hate can be seen as on the same spectrum, only differing in degree. So you have to allow the energy that you feel inside of you to transform and travel upwards. So maybe you've noticed that whenever you have a really strong negative emotion like fear or disappointment or despair, it kind of feels like a heavy feeling, like it's very low inside you, maybe it's in your stomach. And this energy is vibrating in your lower chakras, so your root chakra and your sacral chakra. These are chakras that have to do more with your survival instincts and your baser instincts, and they're reactionary. And so we need to recognize that and change it. So whatever the emotion is, be it sadness, you can change it into happiness. Be it despair, you can turn it into hope. Whatever it is, you can transform it, and you allow it to travel up the spine and use that Kundalini energy, the rising Kundalini that travels up, and it heals you, and it gets you into these higher chakras. It gets the energy into the higher chakras. And so when I do this, I have a negative emotion, and then I remember I can transmute the energy of that emotion. So if I'm feeling worried about something, then I start feeling excited. Or if I'm feeling sad about something, then I start feeling really happy. And you take that energy and you shift it to its opposite pole, whatever that may be. And then you allow it to travel upwards and energize you. And this is a good visualization to use because it helps us to feel and tap into the energy. So when I do this, I feel the energy rising up from my lower chakras, from the root, and it rises all the way up into my heart chakra or my third eye. And then I feel very energized and my mood improves. The energy and the emotion changes. So you're literally transmuting the energy. But to do this, you have to have a certain mindset, and you can't be so serious and rigid about things. Because being serious and being very attached to your emotions, be it anger, sorrow, whatever it is, that is what keeps you from transforming it, because you are attached to it, so you're holding on to it. And being serious is a very rigid vibration. It is stuck, like, no, things are serious, they have to be this way. I'm sad and it's gonna stay that way, or I'm angry and it's gonna stay that way. But we have to learn to stop taking our emotions so seriously and being so rigid so that we don't change anything and we're like, no, this is how I feel, this is how it has to be, it is stuck this way. Because remember, we can change how we feel about anything by changing how we evaluate anything and the importance that we give it. So you have the ability to respond, and you don't have to be reactionary. Remember, reactionary is a lower vibration, it is a survival instinct, and it is you just responding without so much of a conscious choice as a subconscious choice. Whereas if you quiet the mind and have a still mind, you can choose how you respond to anything. So if you are presented with a certain event or a certain scenario or a certain feeling, and the choice comes and you have a quiet mind and you're able to choose how you evaluate it, you can say, okay, this is not my favorite thing ever that could have happened, but how do I respond to it? Do I respond to it with a strong negative emotion and grief? Or do I respond to it with tenacity and empowerment in knowing that I can choose to feel good and be happy regardless of what I am faced with? So that mindset is one of the tools that really helps a lot when you're dealing with these negative emotions, and it's something that you have to practice, because a lot of us, myself included, get into this reactionary state where we react to things that happen to us instead of responding and choosing how we respond. But over time, practice makes pretty good, and you'll get better and better at learning to respond to your own emotions. So if you're feeling tired or you're feeling stressed out, you can recognize that emotion, feel it, and rise it up through the chakras and be like, I'm tired. That means that I have this energy to feel negative, and I can use that energy to boost my energy and not feel so tired. And so one of the secret ingredients to shifting your emotions and changing everything is laughter, because laughter goes well with any emotion. Some people say that it contains all emotions, and I kind of believe that, because have you ever just been so sad and you're crying and then you just start laughing? Or you're so angry and then you just like look at yourself in the mirror and you start laughing? Or you're so happy that you just start laughing? And it's really, laughter is the magic transformation tool, because you can take whatever your emotion you're feeling and you can look at it and try and look at yourself in a self-reflective way. You're having this human experience and you're getting all caught up in this game, this experience of life, and you're so serious about it, and it's just like, wait a minute. That's kind of funny though. Come on, it's kind of funny. Oh, no, you want to be stuck in that negative, sad experience? Okay. But it's really funny. But you use the laughter to transform, and just take a look at yourself and have a good laugh at yourself, and then you can transform that negative energy you're feeling caught up in your experience and turn it into something positive. So, remember, you're allowing the energy to change into the desired energy on its opposite pole and rise up through you. And as I do this, sometimes I'll feel it, the energy coming up my chakras, and I'll just start to feel tingles everywhere. Or I'll get the chills, or the energy rises up and it lands in the third eye, and then I'll start feeling this warmness emanating from the third eye chakra. And then you have this positive feeling, and remember, we are trying to manifest and heal our emotions, and those positive emotions are what helps us to feel good and feel good about our experience and our life in this universe. And so when we feel good, we reflect good experiences back to us, and that is how we manifest the things that we desire. And we know that this universe is kind of funny, right? You know, we're all just here thinking we're humans when we're really the universe, and we're having all these emotions and getting so caught up, but it's really just a game, so we can have fun with it and use this magic alchemy to transform our emotions and to manifest the experiences that we desire. Since we created the universe anyways. Like, that's the joke. You think all these things are happening to you and it's bad, but you created it. So, pranked ya, you're the universe and you're everything. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a like. If you'd like to subscribe to our channel for some more magical, mystical information, go ahead and do that, and I'll be seeing all of you on the next video. Bye!